So we continue with our class Hilchot De'ot. Today's class number 23. We start with Sefer Shmiras Haloshon, Remembrance. Okay, David, go ahead, please.
Remembrance. Remember what Hashem got to Miriam on the way when you were leaving Egypt. In this verse, the Torah instructs us to remember four factors in the episode of Miriam's sin and subsequent punishment. Remember what Hashem your God did. Remember the punishment which he inflicted. The second thing was remember upon whom it was inflicted, to Miriam. And the third being, remember where this occurred, on the way. Remember at which juncture in our history it occurred when you were leaving Egypt. Each of the above factors is significant, and its remembrance is of great benefit. As mentioned above, Miriam was punished with Tzaras for speaking wrongly of her brother Moshe. The mitzvot, upon being declared healed by the Kohen, must undergo a purification process, which includes the taking of two birds. One bird is slaughtered while the other is set free upon the open field. The Medrash explains this as an illusion. Just as the slaughtered bird cannot return to life, so too there is no natural way for the mitzvot to become rid of tzaras. His only hope is tshuva. And just as the bird which is set free is allowed to return to its previous way of life, so too can the mitzvah's repentance result in a complete cure so that he can return to normal living among his brethren. As mentioned above, the tumah of tzaras is extremely severe. The mitzvah must live in solitude, his clothing rent and his hair disheveled like a mourner. Unlike any other tumah, anyone who stands under the same roof as the mitzvah contracts tumah. Moreover, the sages liken a mitzvah to a dead person. Remember what your Hashem God did to Miriam.
Okay. Right. So let's continue. So second Rabbi. So we are on chapter 5 and Halachah number 7. So we start like in the middle of Halachah. So let me read the whole Halachah, even though we commented on some parts, and then we go back with commentaries. 1 second. Go back with commentaries. Okay. So let's see. The Torah sage should neither shout nor shrek while speaking, like a cattle and a wild beast, nor should he raise his voice excessively. Instead, he should speak gently to all people. In addition to speaking gently, he should take care not to stand at the distance, lest as his speech appears like a speech of the haughty. So he said like he doesn't want to come close. He should greet all men before they greet him, so that they be pleased with him. He should judge everyone in a good light. Speak favorably of his fellow men and never mention anything that is shameful to him. Love peace and pursue it. Okay, that's what we said so far, commented on so far. So continue. If he sees that his words will be effective and will give it attention, he should speak. If not, he should keep silent. What is implied? He should not try to placate a man in the moment of his anger. He should not mention the man about his vow at the time he is speaking. He is making his vow, but wait until he is tranquil of mind and calm. He should not comfort a man while his death is lying before him, because the bereaved is unsettled until he buried his dead. The same applies in other similar cases. He should not look at his fellow man at the moment of his humiliation, but turn his attention away. He should not distort facts, exaggerate the situation, or minimize it. accepted except in interest of peace and the like. The guiding rule is that he should speak only words of the wisdom, or in a connection with the acts of kindness and the like. He should not speak to a woman in a marketplace, even if she is his wife, his sister, or his daughter. Okay, so let's go back, and now we're going to do this commentary and discussions. Okay, so let's start. So if he sees that his words will be effective, then he will and will be given attention. He should speak. If not, he should be silent. Okay, so let's see. 88 commentary. So Kahelas 3:7 states, there is a time to keep silent. There is a time when no person, no matter how wise or tactful, will be able to say the right thing. In this vein, Yevamos 65a states, just as there is a mitzvah to say words which will be accepted, there is a mitzvah to refrain from saying the words that will not be accepted. So basically, if you know that somebody is not going to listen, like there is a group of people when we're going from the shul on Friday night, there is one side of the street, actually both sides of the street, they have this sensor light. So you have, like, when you pass by, it's going to turn on. So, and elderly people, and I told them, like, once, so I approached, I don't know, many months ago, and I told them, why would you go on this there? I mean, you know that there is a sensor. They say, no problem. I said, there is a problem. Because you Michal Shabbos, stuff like that. So they say they dismissed, whatever, they make fun of it, made light of it. So, I mean, I'm not going to say it second time, basically. You understand? So they can do whatever they want. I go in the middle of the road. I mean, it's a private street. I mean, like only private houses, there is not a big traffic. But people like that, I mean, I tried, they make fun of it. So, I mean, that's it. They can go wherever they want to go. Okay. So, but if you know that there is a chance that your words would be accepted, so you must say it. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. So, what's it called? Over here it says you're not allowed to, let's say, try and appease someone when he is angry. Correct? When
we didn't get to it. Let's learn it further. Okay. We didn't get to it yet. It's a next sentence. Let's wait till the next sentence. Okay. So here and this idea is if you know that that person is not going to listen, or he's crazy, or he's that, or he's going to make fun, or he's going to embarrass you, and it's not about you, it's about Torah that you represent, because you said that's a halachah, and he may make fun. Who said? Where does it say? So I always ask people, are you going to check my sources? Are you going to read? If you're going to read, let's read together. I'm going to bring you a book, and we're going to read together. Do you want that? So people say no. Basically, they do not care. They just ask, who said it? So whatever, right? So continue. In this, in its original context, this source deals with the obligation to admonish a colleague for our own doing. Right? In chapter 6, when the Rambam deals with the laws of rebuke, he does not mention this point. Well, here he quotes statement out of the context. Okay, no problem. So basically, they say if it's a Torah violation, so you have to rebuke many times. If it's, but this sensor light is a rabbinical violation, just to make clear. Okay, so continue. What is it implied? He should not try to placate a man, in the moment of his anger. So let's stop here and try to understand. So what does it mean? So if somebody is angry, so he's I remember in the office, I used to work in the office, so I was doing my job, don't bother anybody, and one guy starts screaming and cursing, and he jumped left and right and cursed. So and then he left like very angry, like. So I asked the colleague, what's going on? So he overturned his coffee. You understand? So try to tell when he's like cursing, and and try to tell them that it's only coffee, no problem, maybe take it easy and stuff like that. It's useless. You understand? So it's try to placate him. So, okay. He should not. So basically, I think that because this guy, not this guy. Some people like, especially people who don't eat kosher, they eat all of this blood in their meat, right? That is meat from the bulls, and I think that's going to their brain, and that's one of the reasons when they become crazy. He should not question a man about his vow at the time he's making a vow. But wait until he's tranquil but wait until he's tranquil of mind and calm. So basically people get excited and they say, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, and this and that, and I swear and I promise, and how can I not, and stuff like that. So I mean, it's if you try to tell them, no, please stop, you're not going, it's too hard. You're going to come to the next meeting and it's 4:30 in the morning in the summer. You're going to do that? Yeah, it's a good idea. This blessing, that blessing. Okay, but you can come, but not promise. No, I'm going to promise. So that's the problem. So if he's like very excited at this point, whatever you say, he's not going to listen. So and you're going to be like a bad guy. So I try to stop these people from doing so and for whatever that they were trying to take up on themselves. And one guy just said, because you said so. I said, what do I have to do with anything? I just warn you, it's not going to work. It's knowing you, knowing this situation, it's not going to work. I mean, you have to be a genius. Yes.
What's it called? How does someone, let's say, protect themselves from making an unintended?
It was breaking up. Could you please repeat the question? Breaking up.
How does someone protect themselves? Like, for example, what's an example of what someone could say as an unintentional promise that he has to do, like an unintentional vow? There's such a thing, no?
Unintentional. Yes. There is an unintentional vow. Yeah, but so you have to basically most of the vows, like our promises, they're on rabbinical level. To be on a biblical level, it has to be said in a certain formula and stuff like that. So all of this on a rabbinical level, but then you have to nullify these vows. So not to a custom is say to say bli neder. Bli neder, I'm not promising. Or don't just don't say it. The best way, don't say it. You want to do it. But when you announce out loud, and it's especially when it's something big, so Satan is listening, and he's going to prevent you whatever you do. But he can only hear. He cannot read your mind. Only Hashem can read your mind. You understand? So if you decide to do that, okay, just do it quietly. Why would I have to announce? So all of the people who announce, it's from my experience. Maybe I'm wrong. I mean, it's almost 100%. I mean, accuracy. Whatever they announce out loud, most of them quit very soon. And the people who did not commit, whatever, they usually like staying on the course. You understand? So try not to. You want to do it, but it does not have to be a promise. A promise does not change anything except put you in a bad light if you don't want to carry out your promise. You understand? So that's I think the approach. Okay. Israel, you good? Any questions so far?
Yes.
Only on the topic.
Yes. Right? I about the Satan cannot read the mind.
Yes.
So it is better to not to announce anything at all.
Yes. All the positive. Yes. So it says, okay. So the Talmud says that the blessing, I think it's a Talmud Brachos. The blessing is on everything that is hidden. So if you don't see it, there is a blessing. But once you start counting, once you start announcing stuff like that, there is no blessing.
Because I am thinking this applying to looking for a Shiduch and telling the Rab about this and consulting some things. Can the Satan get in the middle to prevent Shiduch?
So okay, so he can. So try to minimize it. You understand? So some people, like I had this lady in my office, I was going crazy. Even my head, I was like shaking. So I tell you exactly, maybe I said about this lady. So I would come on morning support, like very early, and she would be there. Okay, so we said good morning, and she said, you know what happened? I said, what happened? And she told me a story, like very excited, and sometimes she cursed. I said, stop, don't, I'm not going to listen. If you continue, okay, she says, no, so sorry. And then she would tell me the story, like with acting this side and that side. She said, okay, all right, so all right, she's neighbor, okay, all right, okay, so I need to work and this. So another lady comes and she said, you know what happened? And she started same exciting, like unbelievable. And then the guy comes and and the boss comes and she adds details. I would tell her, like, you serious? You miss all of the juicy details when you was telling me, you understand? So it was useless. All of this information was useless. You understand? Haloshon Haram, I mean, she is not Jewish. Haloshon Haram from the beginning to the end. Okay, so but in the case of Shiduch, so you have only one rabbi, only one mentor, whatever, one person that you consult. So consult one person. Don't tell everybody what happened. You understand? So this would be like tempting the Satan. If you say only one person for constructive purpose, so you minimize your chances of this Satan get involved.
Okay.
Make sense? Okay. Never forget this lady. Okay. So he should not comfort a man while the death is lying before him, because the bereaved is unsettled until he buried the dead. So this, so we're talking about olden days, before this, all of this morgues and all of the hospital stuff like that. So I mean, if somebody died, so they were like for many years there were no like hospitals. So people would be sick, and doctors would come to visit them in their houses. So people would die in their beds. Like I mean, that's it. So let's say the funeral is tomorrow, right? For whatever reason, I mean, it's too late today to bury person. The funeral is tomorrow. So death is in the next room, maybe even in this room. They just covered it with shit. So now you're going to talk to this guy. No, it's not good. I say not good. Let him bury the guy. At least okay, it's his room is empty, his bed is empty. Okay, now I mean it's also not good, but at least it is a little better for that person. Okay. The three examples are quoted from Pirkei Avos 4:23. Commenting on the Mishnah, the Rambam states, this is simple. It is ethical advice that enables one to improve one's friendly relations with others. So basically, Rambam say, don't be a hero. So there is a time when you comfort somebody, it's going to be a different time, not right now.
Right.
Yeah, go ahead.
Let's say there's someone right now. Not every time you give someone musar, it's about something derisa, right? It's just in general musar. Okay.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't like to hear musar, and they get angry, and they get this, and they get that. So, do you not give those people musar at all, or what?
So okay, so here's a thing. So if it's musar is a rebuke. So you're talking about halachah of rebuking. That's the bottom line. Just so you know, so we're clear what what we're going to discuss now. So if it's a Torah obligation, so Rambam said until he's going to hit you, or he's angry, so angry that he's about to hit you. But if it's a rabbinical, so you might be more lenient. You understand? So if he's driving on Shabbos and he understands, and you told him, okay, I mean, you told him so many times, he does not care. So I mean, what can you do?
So I have a question like this then. Let's say a woman tells another woman that she's not allowed to wear pants, right? But pants, I'm pretty sure the problem is what's it called? Rabbinical, correct?
It depends if they're tight pants. So it's a biblical, I would say, because it's a modesty. If they're not tight and they the problem is the pants. So step back, right? So there is one of the 613 mitzvahs. I think it's one of them, right? So the woman cannot go, cannot wear the men's dress, and the man cannot wear the women's dress, and it includes all of the other things that women do. For example, men are not allowed to do, right? So, for example, women shave underarms. Men are not allowed to shave underarms. Or women like plug the eyebrows. Men are not supposed. I mean, if something bothers him, whatever, so that's a different issue. Like once, but for beauty, absolutely not. Or women shave their body, while men are not allowed to shave their body. Stuff like that. You understand this? So and pants, of course, it's a men's clothing. And so women are not supposed to. It's modesty issue and this second issue. You understand? Two issues. And same with all other things. Like whatever men do, like men carry a gun, so women are not supposed to carry a gun because of this condition, for example.
So let's say she's talking too much with some guy, right? You know, it's just a Mishnah and Perkei, right? You know, they're good friends. They, you know, speak at the office about something. Okay, so you don't rebuke them for that. They're just talking. It's only
this talking could bring to bad things. So this lady, like I was trying to it was a nightmare for me. So I actually asked human resources after many years. So I said we have a beautiful cube next to the window. Maybe somebody wants to move in because and it was another lady, friend with this, and she was sitting next to the bathroom, right? So like next to the bathroom door. So I said to human resources, so maybe this lady been working for the company, stuff like that. Maybe we want to give her this new cube. And they say, yeah, thank you. So consider it. So that they moved that new lady, and she started bothering me. They just talk together. You understand? Unless that one was sick, she would talk to me. But otherwise, you understand? So it's not appropriate for because it's going to bring to the something bad, almost guaranteed. If it's this lady, if it's different lady. So it was very hard for me. I was struggling. So she said, I want to tell you something. I said, I'm busy, and she would beg me for 5 minutes. I said, okay, 5 minutes. Understand? I would quiet, do not ask questions. All try not to ask questions, so not to provoke the longer story. So I mean, in this work environment, it's like you put in this situation, like you're on the route. You understand? It would be Hil Hashem, but try to minimize it. So that's what I try to do: is bring another lady. Keep her company. You understand?
Well, what's it called? Like over here, you said you have to rebuke someone because it might lead to an avera. But also, if they do something against, if they do something rabbinical, why did the rabbis put it there? Because it might lead to an avera. So you should also have to rebuke them for something rabbinical, no?
No, of course you have to. I apologize. Maybe I misspoke. So you have to rebuke for rabbinical also, but not as much. I apologize. Not as much as for biblical. So, for example, sometimes if you see the person is not ready, so just keep it. Just forget it. For example, to wash for bread, for example, right? So I mean, it's a rabbinical mitzvah. So I mean, if you're going to insist and it's going to make this person angry, stuff like that, you just leave him alone.
What
said once, and he heard it, and he said, "I'm not going to do it." Basically.
What about rebuking for a mitzvah that one doesn't have to do? For example, tzitzis, right? So for that, am I allowed to rebuke him constantly or no?
I would say no.
No,
Because it's like it became a mitzvah. So basically, the mitzvah is if you have four-cornered garment, you have to tie the tzitzis. Okay, so I would say a rebuke is not the right approach. So the right approach would be to explain that person how much reward he's missing for such an easy mitzvah.
Understood.
So okay.
If
Right.
If someone for, let's say, you said we're allowed to rebuke someone for rabbinical mitzvah, let's say 1 time, 2 times maybe, right?
Two times. So if you see that it's not going through, just leave him alone.
Yeah. But what if he gets angry the first, like, he's going to get angry on the first time you say it?
I mean, if he's going to get angry, you don't rebuke him for rabbinical at all.
Understood.
At all. So this muktzah thing, right? So just leave him alone. The guy's crazy. I mean, he's not smoking on Shabbos. That's good. He's not driving to movies. Okay, just leave him alone. Understand? He's okay. There are people like that. So many times, like if you rebuke too much, he's going to quit everything. Like somebody was telling, somebody's parents tell this guy. So if you don't stop, so they became Shomer Shabbos. So if you don't stop, they're going to stop this Shomer Shabbos. You understand? So whatever they wanted to stop doing whatever to do. You understand? So what is the connection? What is the connection? But there are people like that. If you push them too much, they're going to break and throw out everything. So some people you just leave alone.
So how then do you know which people not to push too much?
So that's a life experience.
Uh-huh.
You know, it's not like people with blue eyes you push more than people with brown eyes. No, there's not such a thing. So you have to use your Torah mind, right? Whatever, you learn, you experience life, and that's how you know. That's why you ask Rabbi what to do, because he's supposed to have a life experience.
So then I have a question like this for you. Like, for example, let's say you only have one, let's say you don't know Halachah, right? But you read something from the Gemara. Now you can't pass it off the Gemara, but it's the only thing you know, so you have to go like the Gemara, correct?
No.
Really? But you don't know the Halachah at all. It's better to go off of this one opinion.
But first of all, who are you to draw the conclusion from Gemara? Even if they say Halachah like this, does not mean that we're doing exactly like that.
No, I completely agree with you. But let's say you're locked in a room, you can't ask anyone, right, about the Halachah.
So don't do it. So I give you the different approach. So if you don't know what to do, don't do anything. So a person is punished. Let's say there is approach only for deeds, for actions. So if you're inactive, so even you had the opportunity to do mitzvah, right? But you did not know details how to do it. You just stayed back. Okay, so it's actually would be in some case, I don't know, even reward because you could have done something bad.
Because my question is going to be like this. For example, some boys at my yeshiva, right? Now the rabbis try to do some kiruv, so on and so forth. Now the rabbis have some of them have a much as me, and the boys.
It was just breaking up. Some rabbis have what?
The rabbis don't have such. They go easier on the boys. Some of them.
Oh no, easier on the boys. Okay, yeah.
Go easier. But I know there's some boys where they can tell me to go easy. They can say go easy on everyone. But I know if you go too easy on these boys, then they turn into nothing. It takes them 5-10 years to become frum. You tell them, Rambam, Halachah, Hilchot Shabbos, then they keep Shabbos in 2 months. You see?
Yes.
So let's say I don't have any opinions. The rabbi tells me to do this way, and I can't listen to, and I don't know any other opinion. Should I still trust my own reasoning or go by that rabbi?
If it's a hard question. So first of all, you have to verify that rabbi if he's kosher himself.
Mm-hmm. And if he is,
how can you say that if he's not kosher himself? So it's better not to do anything until you heard from a kosher source or you saw it in a book. You understand? So you cannot just judge like that just because he's a rabbi. You know how people call themselves rabbis? I in the shul that I go, it's like 7 rabbis, maybe more.
But let's say he is a kosher rabbi, then what?
So if he's kosher rabbi, of course you have to, you're allowed to listen.
Follow him. Understand?
Yes, there is no problem. Yeah. Okay, so let's try to continue. The same applies in all other similar cases, meaning to keep quiet and. Okay, so commentary. Approaching a colleague when he's upset is not in control of his feelings is not wise. It is preferable to wait until the intensity of those feelings subsides before trying to communicate. So if he's upset, so let him be upset, right? And after he's a little calm, so you can come over and talk to him. So that's basically the opinion. He should not look at his fellow man at the moment of humiliation, but turn his attention away. Okay. So commentary. This clause is also mentioned in ours. Looking at a person in this state is usually a spontaneous natural reaction. The Mishnah teaches that we must rise above these feelings. So basically what happened just recently, it is an elderly man, I don't know, maybe 80, 90, I don't know how old is he. And he's very fragile, very thin, very fragile, like he cannot talk. Okay, so very, very nice man. And I heard something fell. So I thought maybe it's a book. Sometimes people drop Shiduch and stuff like that. But then everybody jump in their chairs and turn back. So okay, I also turned, and he basically fainted. This person fainted. So everybody was staring at him. This elderly man, there are 3 people try to help him out. You understand? 3 people is enough. He's weight, I don't know, maybe 130 pounds. He's not very heavy person. You understand? So, and everybody was standing until the end. I turned away. I understand. There are other people. I'm not a doctor. There are doctors, so that they can help. I mean, if my help is needed, they're going to call on me. You understand? But all others, I glanced with side of my eyes. Everybody was staring. Of course, when he again consciousness, it was very embarrassing. Keep it this way, that way. I mean, so that's not proper way to do that. Okay. He should not distort facts, exaggerate the situation, or minimize it, except in the interest of peace and the like. So, as we learn in the book of Chafetz Chaim, so exaggeration is never allowed, almost never allowed, and unless, for example, as with the exception that Chafetz Chaim gave in case of the small child. So you say, don't befriend this guy because you're going to turn, I don't know, into gold, right? Because that's what's going to happen. So in some cases you're allowed to exaggerate a little, but to bring your point over. But in most of the cases it's not allowed. So let's see the commentary. Except in the interest of peace, commentary. Yevamot points out give more points out. Points to God's instruction to the prophet Shmuel regarding anointing the David HaMelech. When Shmuel told God that he was afraid to go anoint David, lest Shaul wrath be arose, God told him to disguise the intent of his visit with offering public sacrifice as a pretense for his journey. Similarly, it quotes Bereshit 18:13, where God distorted the statement made by Sarah, which might have made Abraham feel uncomfortable. Okay, so it's two famous stories when Hashem changed the situation in the Torah. So it's the most famous is with Sarah, when Abraham changed. They said that Hashem said that she's so when he asked Abraham why Sarah said that she's old, even though she said that my master is old, stuff like that. But in the case of Shmuel, he also I'm not sure, like, for in the way I see it, even though the main goal was to anoint David in this case when Shmuel went, but what is the problem is bringing sacrifice. You can bring sacrifice, anoint the next king. Okay, maybe your primary mission is to anoint the king, but still it does not exclude the sacrifice. There is nothing wrong. I mean, if you're already in that place, so bring public sacrifice. Okay, go.
Are you allowed to lie to do other mitzvahs or no?
Say it again.
Are you allowed to lie to do other mitzvahs?
Lie? Why do you need to lie to?
No, not lie. I mean exaggerate. Exaggerate. That's what I meant to say. Exaggerate.
Can you give me an example? Maybe it would be easier to understand.
Okay. Let's say a person says, "Hey, do you have $5?" Right? Now the thing is, you're over here. I don't know. You're doing one mitzvah, right? And you could go. You could go give him the $5, but the thing is, it's all the way. It takes you 10 minutes to go get it. You have to go to your house. Your house is right next to the kollel, so on and so forth, right?
Yeah.
So instead, you say, "I have $4," and keep doing what you're doing, or do something like that.
But why you lying? I mean, you don't want to go to waste your time. I mean, why is it?
He'd be wasting his time. Long story short. But in some cases,
but it is true. I mean, I think most of the people would understand. Like you just don't want to do it because it's far away. I mean, I don't think it's a good example of what you're saying. Lie to the mitzvah. I don't like. I mean, if you're talking about money, right? So somebody there is a person that came to collect money, and I know he's a crook. Whatever it is. So, or he's not. His organization is not like. Is not the best organization. Let's put it this way. Right? So, and then he asks, "Can you give me tzedakah?" I say, "I don't have it." Why? Because I don't have for you. I do have, but not for you. For you, I don't have. So in this case, it's not exactly a lie.
Well, what if, let's say, it says seek peace and pursue it, but let's say your mom tells you to go to sleep at 12, and you go to sleep instead 12:15. Okay, 15 minutes. Your mom asks you what time you're going to sleep. Are you allowed to say 12 or no?
You're not allowed to lie, but you can always say as you told me. What was it? What was it? Approximately around 10, around 12. I don't remember. Right? I mean, so try this. It says in Torah not only not to lie, but distance yourself from lies. So so don't come even closer to lies. Okay, so let's see. To continue, the Rabbi Nathan elaborates on this concept, describing the matter in which Aaron the Kohen Gadol, would result a quarrel. He would approach one of the parties and tell him, you don't know how sorry your friend is about the rift, right? And he had placated him. And he would go to the other and tell him the same. When the two met again, they would embrace each other as if they had never disagreed. So that's a famous story. That's what Aaron do. So he said that this guy is suffering. That he hurt you, this and that, and he said what he said, and he cannot sleep at night, stuff like that. So maybe you can forgive him, and he would do the same with the Gaza guy. Right. So basically, did he lie? And yeah, he lied, but it was for the sake of peace.
Are you allowed to lie to someone who's going to do an avera? Let's say he asks you where's the nearest McDonald's, and so you give him, I don't know, you give him the location to the nearest Kiruv center instead of the McDonald's, right?
Yeah.
Allowed or no?
I would say this is allowed because it's for his own benefit. It's for his own best. So I give you this example. So when Beis Din decides in somebody's absence, right? So they have to decide what would be the better outcome for that person. So and then can do whatever needed for the good of that person. Okay. So continue. It was 92. Continue. The guiding rule is that he should speak only words or wisdom, or in a connection with the acts of kindness and the like. So basically, talk less. Only wisdom, speak Torah, the kind and the like. Not the chapter 2, Halachah 4, where Rambam speaks of talking only about matters of knowledge or things that are necessary for his physical welfare. Right? So one more time, matter of knowledge in the Torah, or things that are necessary for physical welfare. We need to buy bread, we need to buy cucumbers and tomatoes, stuff like that. Here we also mentioned, he also mentions act of kindness, since the Halachah deals with the relations with others. So okay, you're trying to help a family, they don't have income, stuff like that. They cannot pay rent, so you can these things are allowed to discuss if you can help. If you cannot help, you're not allowed to discuss. Okay. Continue. He should not speak to a woman in the marketplace. 95. Continue. In Brachas 43b gives this advice together with many other directives, a number of which is quoted in Halachah 9, aimed at preventing a suspicion of improper sexual conduct. So meaning that they're talking because and so something is going to come next. Even if she's his wife. Okay, go ahead.
I want to say, is it a problem? Let's say I don't know, someone's doing a wedding or a bar mitzvah or a bat mitzvah or something, right? And at the place that he gets, right? Or there are a lot of Goyish workers. Some of them, some of the women wearing pants, so on and so forth, and stuff like that. Is that allowed or no?
I mean, that's a good question. I mean, usually that's not what they wear. I mean this waivers, but usually when it's kosher bar mitzvah, let's say kosher means, so on the men's side would be all of the men. So on the women's side, all of the women. So that's it. You understand? So there is no problem. But if for example, for whatever reason, there are only they send you a crew, 3 people, let's say, small party, right? Only 3 people, 2 men, 1 woman, right? So and she wears pants, so don't look at her. That's it. Stare in the face. But we said before. Last time we said don't attend these things. don't attend the places of public eating, especially when they're going to drink, and if it's going to be music. So it's always it's not good, basically.
Understood. What's it called? So let's say someone makes a supermarket, right? It's
Somebody's what?
Supermarket.
So supermarket,
right?
Yeah.
He's not allowed to have Goyish workers pretty much because there are going to be a lot of men walking. They're not going to.
No. I mean, in a supermarket. I mean, you cannot.
A lot of people
It's not. It's not.
errors.
Say it again.
A lot of people will do unintentional errors because the worker
Oh,
might
of
touch
course,
the hand.
but you're right. You're right, 100%. But in all of the kosher supermarkets, the women at the register. Well, everywhere. This non-Jewish and many not appropriately dressed. I mean, I rarely go to supermarkets, but sometimes I do. Do they? Maybe, I mean, that they tell them to have like a long sleeve or stuff like that. I mean, there's some requirements that they do have. Not according to Jewish Halachah, but basically it's something they will tell.
Understood.
But even in, I'm talking about in Bora Park. I mean, I'm not talking like.
If let's say someone wants to get something for, I don't know, on Shabbos, right? But he lives next to the only supermarket next to him is a Gersh supermarket, right? There's a chance he might see Princess, right? So is he still allowed to go for the mitzvah or no?
I think so. Yes. Because the chance that he's going to see, maybe yes, maybe no. You know what I'm saying? He's careful with his eyes, so he's not going to look.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? So when the danger is not definite, so it would be allowed.
Mm-hmm. But isn't it what's it called? In our davening in the morning, we ask for us to have a lesser Yetzer Hara for mitzvahs to be easier for us, right?
Yes.
So over here, we're sure it's going to be a mitzvah, right? We're going to do a mitzvah, but also you're making the Yetzer Hara stronger, no? So it's still a problem.
No, when you're on a road to do the mitzvah, so this mitzvah is going to protect you from a later, basically.
So what's it called? In the Gemara, I know Rabbi Reuven said it before. If someone has two paths, right? One short and one longer, one with priestess and the other, okay, right?
The second one is Avodah Zarah.
Okay.
It's the church, yeah. Go ahead.
So what's it called? No. He was saying that if someone chooses to close his eyes on the path with the priestess, right? He's considered arrogant. I'm naming it something else.
Yes. No. They told him that he's Rasha. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So that what's it called? But let's say you have the same two paths, right? But you need to go do a mitzvah. Are you allowed to take the path with the priestess or no? And close your eyes.
If it's the only path, and otherwise you will have to spend half a day like going around. So I would do like there are other ways. You don't have to go like when everybody's out on the street. So go earlier. Go 7 a.m. Go 6 a.m. You understand? Go at the midnight when nobody is there. The way is around. Okay, so let's continue. Israel, you good? Do you have any questions? Okay, no problem. Okay, so continue. So one more time. He should not speak to a woman, right, in the marketplace, even if she's his wife. So, okay. So, and next sentence we said, even if she's his wife, his sister, or his daughter. Commentary. In the case of the casual observer, is not familiar. In case a casual observer not familiar with the sage's family, and might develop a mistaken impression. So maybe he's this old guy into younger girls. She's his daughter, right? But he does not know. It must be noted that Rambam warns against conversation with women only in the marketplace, meaning when everybody can see, right? He does.
Does this apply to one's neighborhood or no?
Yeah. Next to your house is one thing when like a private street and stuff like that. But on other streets, when there are many people pass that don't live there, they do not know that it's your daughter, it's your mother, so they might suspect. And plus, of course, you can touch your mother, you can touch your daughter and stuff like that, but not in public. So no affection. They don't show any affection in public.
So let's say it's at a wedding, right? Needed to take family photos with your mother or your daughter, right? Over there, it's allowed or no? There are a lot of people, you don't know all those people, so on and so forth.
So if people know who is who, right? If it's small gathering, okay, yes. Even though it's also public, you're not to do like private. If you like, for example, when you came home and your mother gave you a hug, that's not private. But otherwise, it's all that is private. I'm sorry, that's an example of private. But otherwise, when other people see, and plus you never know who sees that. And if it's a wedding, you say even it's a private event, let's say, right? Your family, close friend, there are waiters there. There are non-Jews. There are, I don't know, people that just came into the hall. You never know, right? So basically, I like my approach is my personal approach. Just go like take for yourself one approach and follow it. Don't go all of this exception stuff like that. In case of the need to other people, you can tell them exceptions if they cannot handle it. But for yourself, just don't touch anybody basically. Okay, continue. He does not quote Avos 1:5. Do not indulge in excessive conversations with women. He does not. Right? Therefore, this point must be understood as continuation of the theme of the Halachah, which outlines the proper manner of relations with others. We must conduct ourselves in a manner that does not create even the slightest suspicion of immorality. So it's not between me and my wife. It's between me and the guy who is passing by. And so he would not suspect me of immoral things. That's the thing. Okay, continue.
Is it okay though? Let's say okay. Oh, it's probably is okay. But let's say, would it be chassidus for a man up is on the street or no?
It was breaking up. Say it again. It's a chassidus for a man. What?
To walk with his wife, right? To talk on Shabbos. A lot of people do it. They walk on the street with their wives. It's allowed.
There is no problem. Just keep a little distance. So men usually a little further, woman a little like half a step. It does not have to be a lot. So basically, there is also you say do not follow even your wife. Do not go behind your wife. There is no prohibition generally. But why? Because you might get used to it, and you're going to walk behind a woman. That is not your wife. So if she's next to you, but half a step behind, that's good. Okay. So we're almost. I don't know. Let's read the next halachah. I'm not sure that we're going to start with, but let's see. A Torah says should not walk erect with the head held high, as Yeshayahu 3:16 states, and they walk with the neck outstretched and flashing eyes. He should not walk with short steps, toe to heel, stately gait like of the woman, and the proud, as Yeshayahu states, walking in and mincing as they go, thinking with their feet. They're tinkling with their feet. So meaning that people are trying to get attention from other people. That's the thing. Nor should he run in public like a madman, nor bend over like a hunchback. Rather, he should cast his eye downwards, as he does when he stands during the prayer. He should walk in a marketplace like a person preoccupied with the business affairs. So don't do eye contact. Don't look look like you're thinking about something, right? So something on your mind. So you don't stop. Just go wherever you need to go, buy whatever you need to buy, and leave. From a man's carriage, one can recognize whether he is wise or and a thoughtful person, or mindless and a fool. Dash Shlomo said in the wisdom in Koheles, on the road to when fool walks, his mind is empty, and he proclaims to all that he's a fool. So the way the fool walks, like he's with his posture, yet he tells everybody his behavior, like he advertises he's a fool. He informs everyone, just one second, about himself that he's a fool. Okay, so we start here. Yeah, go ahead.
For example, does it count as prideful for a person to wear his hat upwards? Let's see, he has
I don't know what to say. I think so. I mean,
you think so? Oh, I see a lot of yeshivas people wear their hats upwards. So
younger people, younger.
Yeah.
When it's people, younger people. So the rabbis don't wear hats like that. Talmudic Chachamim do not wear hats like that.
Okay.
You understand? So sometimes they would put the head a little down when they would put tefillin. And that's a different story. That's for a mitzvah, yeah, that's allowed. But otherwise, it's of course okay. Any other questions, Israel? You have questions? Go ahead. And now any topic. We finished with a class, so any topic. Go ahead.
Yes. Anyway, I was thinking about working with a hypothetical wife, for example. May she get annoyed if you don't walk too close with her?
I mean, you close, but you don't touch. You understand? So it could be like in I don't know, 10 centimeters from you. I mean, she's close, but you don't touch. Make sure that your hands don't touch. You don't show affection.
And what we do if she get annoyed because of that?
Annoyed? Yes. So I mean,
You get a good Shiduch.
So that's but you're laughing, but the read is right 100%. So all of the things, all of this, like it's not, those things are not small things. You have to discuss before that. So this would be like one of the questions. So for example, you would ask her that she wants to wear high heels, and she said, why are you asking? Said, but because I'm against high heels because it's very immodest. And she said, if you say it's immodest, I don't want this marriage. You understand? But if you were fall in love, let's say, with this girl, and now you want to marry no matter what, because you were waiting for 5 years, you didn't get married, right? So now you agree to any condition. Now you didn't ask about high heels. She said, no, I want high heels. What do you mean? Said, but it's okay. You had to do it before. Like all of the things, like not all of this, but very important things, especially the most important for women is the modesty. You understand? So you have to discuss before. Is she going to cover her hair? Right? She said, absolutely not. I'm going to wear a wig. Okay, say, okay, next. You understand? So all of these things you have to discuss. She said, no, I want to only hold you, if you don't hold my hands in public, I don't want this marriage. Okay, so it's not for you. I mean, you can try to show your lectures and your lectures, stuff like that, but she's insisted that that's like your mindset. Okay, just leave her alone. Understand?
Rabbi, question. Well, two-part question. So first part is, I know that the Rambam says that when talking to someone, you shouldn't look at him, right? In his letter, correct? So my question is, does this apply to Torah study as well when you're studying with Chavrusa, or only when you're talking to a person in, let's say, the marketplace?
Well, I didn't get when you're talking to a person, you have to look at what?
You shouldn't look directly at him.
Should not?
Should not.
At the person?
Correct.
Okay. And then what? Okay, so
does this apply to Torah study as well when saying with Chavrusa or only in the marketplace?
I mean, when you learn with somebody, it's good to concentrate on the text.
Oh.
Yeah. And then sometimes you would look up and talk to him, but when you have the same text that you're trying to follow, so you then maybe even like he's speaking, but you're scanning the text and see maybe maybe you have better answer, or he's right. So you're trying to see. I mean,
And
why
also,
do you need to maintain the eye contact? It's very comfortable, no?
understood. And also, when davening or let's say just talking to someone, is it better to have your hands at your side or behind your back?
You see, behind your back, it's many times it's a little. Is it arrogant? I would say it's a little arrogant. You know, so I think like he's a show off guy.
And also, well, so
It's
halachah.
not a halacha. It's my personal opinion.
Yeah,
That's how I say. I'm not say that's halacha.
And also halachically. Now, I know, for example, you should wear more clothes during davening, right?
Yes.
So I think there's a machlekes about this. I'm not that sure. So let's say if I put my jacket over my shoulders, does that count as if I'm wearing it? Because
No.
No?
That's the disrespect.
Oh,
Big disrespect. You have to put it in. Like Rabbi Belsky, I remember he screamed about it. That's not good.
what if it's one sleeve? If you put one sleeve in, it's okay.
No. Just put two sleeves. It's not. That's not. If you would come to the, as Rabbi Mizrachi will say, to Judge Williams in Manhattan court, you would not stand in front of him like that.
Wait, just
He just slap you with a fine and 5 days in a prison. Okay, so everybody knows that. So in front of Judge Williams, everybody would dress appropriately. They would not come with the sandals, would not come with sweatpants, no these stupid t-shirts. Mm-hmm.
What if he's
I mean, that's how you could judge the situation. Will you just compare Chas v'Shalom, right? You could compare the shoe davening to this judge program. That's it. You understand? That's it.
What about when wearing tefillin? Tefillin.
What
What about when
about
wearing? If I have tefillin on, it can't fit inside. I have Chabad tefillin. It's very, very big. It doesn't fit.
No, that's not the problem. So okay, so what some people do, if you wear a jacket, so they close they leave one sleeve off, right, and they close the jacket like this, yeah.
Also, that's allowed to have one sleeve in. It's allowed.
Yeah, but it's because of the tefillin. But I apologize. Maybe you meant, but you didn't say about tefillin.
Yeah, no problem.
Is it tefillin? Yes, that's a different story. So, but anyway, it's proper to cover the tefillin. So this Chabad tefillin, I'm not sure. It's they're too big. So basically, it's proper to put your short, right, the short sleeve or whatever, something like to cover over the tefillin, so it would not be visible.
Understood.
So it's not good to wear these skinny shorts that it's like attached to the skin. So you cannot cover tefillin. Okay. Israel, go ahead. What do you have?
About the tefillin, but this complete another topic. What if you don't have tefillin to pray every day?
Okay, so you don't put it basically. I mean that's a positive mitzvah. So I mean, if you have it, you do it. If you don't have, what can you do? You continue praying without tefillin. I mean, that's it.
All right.
But it's actually we're going to learn Beezrat Hashem. It's one of the mitzvot that person who do not put tefillin, it's and do not have a circumcision. There are only two positive mitzvahs for which person is not going to get Olam Haba. All others are only like negative, right? If he prohibitions, if he ate chometz on Pesach and stuff like that, he desecrated Shabbos. But for among the positive, if I remember correctly, only these two.
Wait, Rabbi, so is that the one good thing about Chabad putting on tefillin?
Exactly. That's one good thing. But is it going to help him if he's living with non-Jewish wives? Absolutely not.
Just
You understand? Especially these people who goes like to the stores, right? And they put once every Friday, right? Once every Friday. Yeah, he said, I put tefillin to them. He said, do you own one? No. Why should I own it? I have this little Chabadnik that comes. I give him $5, and he puts some tefillin on it. It's like I don't know, like a haircut. So why should I get my scissors if I go to this barber and he's going to do my haircut? You understand? So I mean, they accustom people to do this, and is it good? I mean, I don't know. I'm not sure, because all of these averas they overweigh this. But of course, they give him a ticket. They give him like opportunity, but if they continue being on Chal Shabbos, it's not going to help much. That's the thing. Okay, we stop here. We good? Or any other questions? Okay, so let's stop here.